Would you believe this took me like 3 days of thinking to come up with? It went from Wargreymon or Dynasmon invades Pokemon, then it turned into Charizard invades Digimon, but then I realized even lesser Digimon are technically higher dimensional entities. I thought about Kratos at one point. Eventually, I thought about the Croatian Trio, but I have other plans for them. Eventually, I ended on Rayquaza invades File Island. Rayquaza here is composite, and the Digimon on File Island are as well, mostly to make scaling much easier for me. Rules are the Digimon have to have appeared on File Island in some continuity, no fusions, no X-antobody Digimon, no upgrades that the Digimon itself did not cause. This is like a 1v1 gauntlet, and the next part will be 1v group, starting from champion to, if it gets far enough, super ultimate. Now some background and feats for Rayquaza. Rayquaza is a legendary sky Pokemon and leader of an ancient group of Pokemon known as the Weather Trio. Rayquaza is said to be millions of years old. His most known feat is perhaps stopping the clash between Primal Groudon and Primal Kyogre easily. Lore says Groudon can move entire continents and is the personification of land itself. Kyogre can create storms to raise the sea level of the entire world. Rayquaza has many times gone into battle against the Pokemon Deoxys and defeated him in Mega form. Deoxys is a powerful space virus Pokemon that travels inside and manipulates Grand Meteor Delta, a giant asteroid capable of turning the Earth into rubble. Rayquaza in lore and in many scenes has destroyed this meteor multiple times, even in base form. Though being a Pokemon, he still seemingly has elemental weaknesses, his specifically being ice and rock. Now in terms of speed, easily flies in and out of orbit in short periods of time, dodged missile fire, even dodged a meteor, with scale above Pokemon with space travel feats, lightning dodging feats, given he's much more powerful than most Pokemon, barring say the gods like the Croatian Trio. Now, the first group, the adult or champion level Digimon, I will give a quick summary of what they are and their feats. Digimon are higher dimensional entities manifesting as spirits in the past in our world, but now manifesting as digital based entities. Without getting too deep into lore, their bodies are basically armor that protects their Digicore, an essence that acts as their mind and soul. Digimon existence is based on evolution, which is usually attained by fighting and absorbing data. They are able to easily manipulate and interact with the real world, viewing it as simply another computer program. All Digimon have basic abilities like overwrite. Digimon overwrite their data via using their emotions to become stronger. While it ranges, this ability allows Digimon reactive evolution to become stronger all around. Aside from some cases, Digimon can also live forever, and when they do die, they can reincarnate. Now the power of adults. We know in Cyber Sleuth that even babies can create small cyberspaces. A weak Meramon once evaporated a lake in Adventure. Another Meramon turned Greenland into a desert. And another Meramon was going to cause a volcano to erupt, destroying File Island. Yeah, early Digimon used Meramon a lot early on as an enemy. The Digimon Starmon can summon small meteors. Devimon, the first big bad of Adventure, used gears to manipulate and split File Island, and used black gears to make himself much more powerful. He also had the ability to mind control, phase through objects, and create powerful illusions. In terms of speed, many adult Digimon have shown the ability to dodge missile fire. They are much faster than child Digimon who can manipulate and dodge lightning. Many Digimon that are champion level have been stated to move around the speed of light. How does this go? Well, this is a pretty hard stomp for Rayquaza, who outclasses in just about every meaningful way. Rayquaza, even in base, could destroy a planetary destructive object and fight planetary entities. while champion Digimon, aside from a select few, are around large island level. It's also a pretty hard stomp in the speed department. Ray is at least faster than Light, while adult Digimon, from what I can see, are consistently somewhat below that. Strongest adult Digimon he beats is, well, Devimon, not counting the version you see in Tri, but the Devimon that absorbed the black gears, and Ogremon. But in the end, was just a very strong adult level Digimon who even he states is below other Digimon like Perfects. However, the Digimon he loses to is either Wendigomon or Ice Devimon. Wendigomon has a great feat I'll get into later, and Ice Devimon beat up multiple perfect level Digimon after absorbing other Digimon in the location he was sent to for being a serial killer. However, they would be defeated by his Mega form. I'll get more into that later. Now, perfect level Digimon, they are quite a bit more powerful than adults, and many have diverse abilities and get a bit more cosmic. A common fact is Metal Greymon is said to have the power of a nuke. In next order, a battle between Metal Greymon and Metal Mamimon threatened to destroy the mountainous landscape of Faulty Ex Machina. Perfects scale above Wendigomon, who can create a dimension with a star. Superstarmon can summon countless meteors, and his counterpart, Darkstarmon, was born inside a black hole and still calls it his home. Perfect level Digimon, Etemon, was absorbed by the Dark Network and fused with it, turning into Chaos Etemon, but he was easily defeated by a newbie Metal Greymon. Vadimon created a galaxy-like dimension with planets and stars and was easily defeated by Mega Kabuterimon. Digitomimon also created a dimension with multiple planets and stars. In terms of speed, should be way above even species like Rinkomon, who can move at 98% the speed of light, and other champion Digimon state to be around the speed of light. Comparable to Wizardmon, who can fly between universes. Perfects should be comparable to Digimon like Wolfmon, who can move at the speed of light, who have also been tagged in battle before. I believe that base Rayquaza gets pretty much outclassed in everything but maybe speed. The scope of the power that some Digimon have is huge. Now I think the tides get turned when he turns into Mega Rayquaza. Mega Pokemon get a huge boost in power, such as with entities like Shadow Mewtwo, who created an entire dimension with stars and nebula. He would scale way above the Ultra Beast Pokemon from another dimension. Ultra Beast Pokemon can travel light years into space and dimensions. They are entities that manifest and absorb light. Some can illuminate entire regions. Necrozama absorbed a light that illuminated an entire universe. Rayquaza should be comparable to, if not way above, most perfect Digimon depending on how you view certain feats. But what gives Rayquaza the win is simply the huge speed advantage, being massively faster than light, while perfects are, for the most part, creating kind of a blitz here. The strongest perfect he defeats is likely Myotismon, who is able to hold off multiple perfect level Digimon, even Angel type, and has a number of hacks abilities. He would defeat base Rayquaza but lose to his Mega form. However, that is the strongest he can defeat, but would still lose horribly to someone like Magnamon. Magnamon is a armored Digimon, Royal Knight, and holder of the Digimantle of Miracles, referred to as armor level and officially can be labeled as any level, but consistently he is perfect level. He is comparable to other Royal Knights who have faced multiple multiversal tier entities. Magnamon himself has faced both the MC of Cyber Sleuth and Next Order, who face enemies that threaten worlds and dimensions. So yes, Rayquaza gets absolutely stomped here by Magnamon and any Digimon around his level of power. or much above like Lucimon fall down mode. He can also go into the category of perfect. Even child form would be no effort in defeating for Lucimon. Lucimon is a beast, and I will link a video on him below. Now, somewhat surprising to me before I started is Rayquaza doing so well. Like, he could defeat many perfect level Digimon, at least if you scale him a bit on the higher end. So how would he do against Ultimates? Ultimates covers such a wide number of Digimon groups in power, from the Dark Masters to the Royal Knights. Should now note the size of some Digimon. While it's very inconsistent, many Ultimate Digimon are the size of skyscrapers to mountains, meaning they are incredibly physically strong. Many Ultimates also have a number of abilities like transmutation, the ability to manipulate on a higher scale things like time, dimension, elements, matter, reality, space, regeneration, mind, energy, and atoms. Speed. Many Ultimate Digimon's speed have been said to be faster than light, or even instant. Royal Knights and godlike Digimon can move in places without time. Some godlike Digimon transcend space-time altogether, meaning they are immeasurable to above baseline immeasurable. I should also probably mention Chrome Digizoid armor and weapons. Digizoid is the strongest metal in the universe. It can grant great durability and physical offense. Sometimes it's all enhanced. Some Digizoid even grants the ability to create miracles. A perfect level Digimon was able to defeat an Ultimate with the sturdiness and power of Chrome Digizoid. Perhaps a underrated group of Digimon are the 4 Holy Beasts. The Holy Beasts together are comparable to Yggdrasil and are said to have the strength that is the epitome of gods. The 4 Holy Beasts have 12 Digicores which float outside of their body and channel their immortality and tremendous power. They rule and control the highest layer of a multi-layered digital multiverse. The one who governs Foul Island is Azulongmon, the Digimon closest to God, who while in a weakened state easily shrugged off Blackwall Greymon, and the reason Impmon evolved into the Demon Lord Beelzemon should be comparable to his fellow Great Dragon Magnadramon, whose very existence threatens the digital world and can threaten the real world as well. The beasts were defeated by the Dark Masters, giving them control of the digital world, which they manipulate, turning it into a spiral mountain. One of the strongest Dark Masters is Machinedramon, who is said to have infinite power. All the Royal Knights have appeared on Foul Island in some form. I have done videos on perhaps most of them, and will do more in the future, so no need to go into them so much. Just know they have multiversal feats and have faced hyperversal characters. There are more godly entities, but most scale roughly to these groups of characters. Anyways, how does Mega Rayquaza do here? You can perhaps argue that Rayquaza in Mega form could defeat some weaker Ultimates in battle, since there is a massive gap in Ultimates in terms of power. But in the end, it's a stomp, and once you get into entities such as Knights, Demon Lords, and Gods, it's a unholy stomp. Honestly, if you want to go deeper into higher end dimensional tiering, then Ray might not even get to Ultimates, but I wanted to make this more interesting. Still, there is simply not one thing Rayquaza can do better than Digimon on this level. He stops pretty hard here. The weakest Digimon he loses to at this level is perhaps, I'm going to say, Digimon around the level of Blackwall Greymon. He will put an end to this with his Draymon Destroyers for good. But it's not quite over yet. The latter part is more of a free-for-all, with no real rules aside from the Digimon just have to at least appear on File Island. And this is the 1 versus group part. Rayquaza versus every adult level Digimon, including X-antobody ones. I honestly can't find very many X-antobody adult level Digimon that have appeared on File Island. Now, Base, I say, gets defeated by the combined might of an amped up Devimon as seen in Tri, who nuked Holy Angemon, Ice Devimon, who defeated multiple perfect level Digimon in Digimon Frontier. Mega Form, I think, should get past them with high difficulty. Luckily for Rayquaza, Lucimon is child level and does not appear here. Rayquaza versus all perfects. Of course, he needs Mega Form to survive, and altogether he gets horrifically overwhelmed unless you scale him really high, in which case he still gets pretty badly beaten. The other perfect level Digimon that beat him pretty terribly is Chimeramon and Imperialdramon Dragon Mode. I think you all get the gist of how he would do against Ultimates from what I have said. Well, that's it everyone. Hope you enjoyed this video. Tell me your thoughts in the comments. I'm sure I missed a ton of stuff. Did I lowball or highball Rayquaza too much? Did I even say his name right? Tell me what you think, and please remember to like, sub, and hit the bell.